Yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. This is the first episode of a new show that I'm starting here on my channel with one of my very close and very dear friends that I've known for a while, and we talk all the time about all these reality shows, about life, about whatever it is, and we came up with the idea of we say, you know what, instead of talking on the phone about this, why don't we just do a little show about it and talk about all of these reality shows, because we've got a lot to say. And we got a new younger perspective out there, no shade towards the older perspectives, but why not? So I'm going to bring her into the building. Her name is Shan. So Shan, hello. Would you like to maybe just introduce yourself just a little bit, just so people know who you are?
Hey, well, thank you for having me. I'm so honored to be here. Like, this is a legendary show, and it's going to
Yes.
be legendary. And hi, everyone. Hi, everybody in the chat, all the supporters, all the subscribers. Well, I'm Shan. As Manny said, we love to talk about reality shows, and we just want to give a new perspective with a little bit of shade, a little bit of laugh, a little bit of truths.
Yes. Now, I want to let the audience know that we are smart, okay? Because we were getting ready to call this show something and we were about to get sued. But it just goes to show you how smart Shan is. We were going to call it the Shady Recap, I think it was. And Shan said,
Yeah.
wait a minute. Eminem was trying to sue Giselle and Robin, and I think they're still in court. So let's change the name. And I was like, yes, you're right. But you know what, Shan? I'm gonna be totally honest. Even though I don't like Giselle and Robin that much, I think Eminem needs to go sit down somewhere. Cause when you hear the word shady, ain't nobody thinking about him.
Nobody.
You know what I mean? Like,
Nobody thinks about him.
he is so washed up. Like, who gives a damn about Eminem? And he's so problematic. Do you know who Candace Owens is?
Yes.
He was coming at her being like low key racist, but anyway, that's a whole other thing.
I'm
Um,
not surprised.
right, like, really
Um,
problematic.
well,
He
we
has,
found a better name.
yeah,
So,
yeah, and you know what? Maybe down the road we could change it, so we're kind of still experimenting. But
yeah.
now let me just show everybody our little show wallpaper. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with the first show, Basketball Wives. Okay, so Basketball Wives is really good this season, and Shannon and I love this show. And this episode was very interesting, and there's a lot to talk about. So the ladies, well, first of all, we got to talk about one thing. Shan, Evelyn, and Jackie all of a sudden being good friends now. What was that about?
Evelyn knew there was no show without Jackie, so she's like, let me get on the winning team. That's what she did. The way Evelyn switch up, it's like that's a person I would not trust. I don't trust Evelyn at all. And I hope Jackie's watching her with both eyes open. I think Evelyn listened to the fans and she was
Mhm.
like, Jackie is the show. So let me get on the winning team. Let me be cool with her because really Jackie didn't do ish to her. Jackie did
Exactly.
nothing to them.
And you know what's funny? The biggest thing Evelyn has an issue with Jackie was that she allegedly said, "I want to slap her."
Right.
Now, is that?
Should
I
have.
mean, it's not really that bad. Like I say that. I mean, I was gonna say I say that to my friends. I want to slap you. Not really, but sometimes people piss you off, and you're like, I want to slap them, right?
I
But
say
it's
that to my
normal.
sister all the time. That's
Exactly,
very
exactly.
normal.
It's very normal. Um, I do feel like with the Brooke stuff, that like that's a little bit, that's too,
Sensitive.
yeah, that's very sensitive and she took it too far. But I had forgotten this. That girl who Jackie was chatting with, this so-called friend, Sunday, did you know she was on Basketball Wives before?
I'm still trying to figure out who that was
I
or
didn't know that.
is.
I
Because
didn't know.
sometimes I
You
hear
know.
them say Sunday and sometimes I hear them say Sunday.
You
So
know
I
what?
don't even know.
Hold on 1 second. Let's
Tell us
look.
the tea, honey.
Okay, let's look at who this is. All right. Let's put basketball wives Sunday. Who is this?
Oh, she was. She was on for a short, forgettable moment.
Okay, so yeah, she was on Basketball Wives LA. All
Yes.
right. Okay, and so was we're gonna talk about it in a second. Laura
But I don't
Govan.
remember her. Like I said,
But look, here we
hashtag
are.
forgettable.
Right. So it not knowing now that she was on the show, my guess is that she probably tried to get back onto the show by being messy and reaching out to Brooke.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? But can we also talk about how messed up that is for you to vent
Record
to
your
your
friend.
friend and the other friend be recording and everything?
Yes. Nobody, if anybody is her friend moving forward, they just dumb. Because
Yeah.
you can't trust her. That's the ops.
Yeah.
And for her to go
Mm-mm.
and try to make them turn all against Jackie, like she dug the hole that she's gonna fall in because who even know who she is? Like we don't know her. Who are
Yeah.
you? We know
Someone on
Jackie
Twitter called her.
Chrsity.
Somebody said we don't want to hear about weekend or weekday or something like that. I was like, oh my gosh. But you know, with Evelyn though, okay, you know this, and people are gonna get mad at me. I kind of
Yes,
like
we know you
Evelyn.
love Evelyn.
I kind of like Evelyn a little bit, although I was dragging her when she did the whole prostitution thing. I didn't think that was cool, but when she was being so cool with Jackie, I was like, Evelyn, I kind of love you again.
Allegedly, I think she was just using Jackie to stay on the show because
You know
she
what I think it
knows
was?
that
You know what?
Brooke and Jen is not going nowhere.
You know what I
Allegedly.
think it was? Shawnee, remember she was on the episode last week? She probably said to Evelyn, "Get your stuff together and bring back Jackie." Because let's keep it real. And I said this on my recap. If Jackie were to be Ice Style, which was what they were trying to do, is anybody gonna watch this?
Right.
Because I ain't
No,
gonna watch Brooke and Jen. I'm sorry.
it's giving very much boring.
Yeah,
Jackie is needed. I love Jackie and all her antics, her shade, her black outfits.
I
Love it.
love Jack. You know, but not the
But I
black
think you
outfit.
love Evelyn's look. She's beautiful. But I don't
Yes.
know if you love her character friend.
You're right. But you know what? Speaking of Jackie, every event, I'm expecting her to come with something super fire, and it's always that black outfit. It's always a black outfit. It's always a black outfit. I think she needs to do a little bit more, like be more colorful. Don't you think?
Yeah, it's always a bomber jacket and black.
Yes, yes. And apparently, she
Jackie's
according
never
to
been
her,
the stylish one on the show,
right.
but we love her nonetheless.
Well, it's
But
funny because
her
remember,
new.
do you remember that season when she said she was into fashion and Jennifer was doing that runway
Yeah,
and yeah, Jackie's hilarious. Okay, so anyway, Evelyn makes up with Jackie. Like, we agree it was definitely like a production thing or like it was a calculated thing for the
yeah,
show.
allegedly.
Now let's go ahead and move on to Evelyn's little event at her house with the maxi dresses. First of all, what did you think of the maxi dresses? I don't know what that is. Someone in the comments told me it's a dress that's shorter. Maybe you can explain to me what is a maxi dress. I thought
So
they
the,
looked nice, but what?
mhm. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, what did you like the dresses or?
The maxi dresses, they're like long maxi. They're long. They're flowy usually, but maxi just means the length
Okay,
goes like long to your ankles and things like that. I thought the dresses were better than those tired snake print jumpsuits. I was really happy she came to her senses because who's wearing those jumpsuits, sweating, feeling like a reptile? It wasn't giving nothing. So I'll give her a B minus for improving an
okay.
effort
So you'd rather wear the dress than the jumpsuit?
if I had to. If there was no other clothes on the planet and I had to wear something, yes.
Do have you ever worn a jump? Because obviously, like, I'm not a girl, but I don't know. I feel like I would feel a little uncomfortable with a jumpsuit. Like it's all I don't know.
Yeah, you got to take it off to go to the bathroom.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
It's like
Damn.
a bodysuit. But some bodysuits now have the little pop where you could just pop it open so you could pee and stuff, TMI.
Oh,
Yeah. But you
okay,
have to have the
interesting.
budget, Evelyn.
Right, and then her little assistant over there, and then they're doing like trying to look for models and everything. Okay, so yeah, the dresses were good and all. So then everybody was at this event except Jackie. Then after the event, there's still some tension between Brooke and Brandy because Brandy basically told Brooke, "I told you so" when it came to her new man, and there's a lot of tension there, and they get into it. Now, Evelyn had a lot to do with that. She went to stir the pot with Brooke, but at the same time, I think Brandy's a little annoying, don't you think? Like, sis, you are the last person to be given relationship advice. Like, no offense.
I agree. But I
Like,
feel like she's good for the show because she's just talking, no filter, saying how she really feels. But I agree with you 100%. She's the last one to comment on relationships. And I feel like she was a little bit too happy to hear that Brooke's relationship didn't work. It
yeah,
wasn't giving like I care about you, Manny. It was giving like haha, your relationship, I told you so. You know what I mean?
I
It
didn't even
wasn't
think about
giving
it like that.
genuine concern. She was a little
Right.
too happy for me, but I like her on the show because she brings the drama and the commentary and the truthfulness that's needed.
Yeah, you're right, but I didn't think about that. You're right. In that moment when Brooke told her, she was more happy that she was correct than she was upset that her friend just broke up with her. But you're so right about that. So okay,
That part.
um, all right. So then Evelyn tells them that she invited Jackie, and I thought it was hilarious that she was like, again, Evelyn out of all people, she says, "Y'all need to have it in your place, in y'all's heart, to have a place of forgiveness and accept apologies." And then Brandy leaves and Brooke leaves. Wasn't that something? Like I'm telling you, I know it's fake, but it's making me like Evelyn defending Jackie.
Yeah, but it's like I wish there was more to that story than okay, you want to slap me, B? Da 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 da. We have beef, and then now, oh my God, Jackie! Like it doesn't flow right, right? Because we have
Right.
questions like, how did this happen? But I'm happy they made up.
Yes.
But you know what I was interested to see? What's her name? The girl who looked like Lorella?
Oh,
Just
Giselle.
yes. She was like telling Evelyn, she was like, "Oh, because she apologized to you, da 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 da." You know? And I found it interesting that she was speaking up. I like her, but I feel like she don't really speak up enough. So
Yes.
I was surprised she was speaking up and defending Brooke.
Oh, and speaking of her, just because she's good on the show, she ain't like,
She needs to do more.
yeah, she
It's a
needs to do
reality show
more.
after
It's
all,
a
not
reality
Gospel
show.
Sunday.
Yeah. And like this is basketball wise, so I do expect a little bit more drama. But again, we need to have someone that's a little bit calm. But because there's not too much to talk about her, I want to hear your opinions. Sorry, your opinions on her wedding. What do you think of her wedding?
I'm gonna keep my commentary to
Oh.
myself. No. No, I thought her wedding was beautiful, but I feel like it was so short. Like I feel like they're a
Yeah.
beautiful couple, and I
Mm-hmm.
really like her on the show and everything. I thought it was a beautiful moment, but I feel like it was like 1 minute. I don't
Right.
know, and I
Well,
just didn't think she should have had Brooke. What is it?
as the
Brooke,
officiant. Mm-hmm.
right? Because I was
Right.
like, I don't
Like
know about
Brooke,
that.
really.
And then Brooke wore a jumpsuit to a wedding, a black jumpsuit.
Yes. Yes. I was like,
That's
what
why
is
I was
this?
like, if I don't have nothing nice to say, I'm not gonna say it. But who wears that to a wedding? It's
You're
a
so,
wedding, child.
you
Sometimes
know,
Brooke, I don't know what's going on with her, but I like Brooke. Bless her
you know,
heart.
I'll say this. The place where they got married was beautiful because I loved how it was outdoors. It was super green, like the scenery was so nice.
Yeah.
but I feel like it was so disorganized. How the hell are Brandy, Evelyn, and Brooke and Jennifer's hungry asses gonna go and get the food when no one's there? It hasn't even started. That is so like unorganized. I didn't like that. Like, what was going on with that?
Yeah, that's why I felt like it was just 1 minute. It was like you saw them at the wedding, then it was over, you know? I
Yeah,
feel like I didn't properly see her like enjoy her guests, the food, the decor. It was a split second, and it was mostly just them beefing with each other and Brandy telling Brooke's business. That's all I remember from the wedding. If it was my wedding, I'll be pissed off because if I'm filming my wedding on TV, I need the whole wedding. I need it to give. You know what I mean? And I feel like it
yes.
didn't give because them heifers took away from the scene with the gossip.
Do you think we're ever going to see Jennifer's wedding on this show?
And oop, that's another story.
Because how you preparing a wedding in France and your fiance
Child,
can't even leave the country?
child. We gonna pray
And
on
his
it.
restitution is more than the wedding.
I'm gonna, in the words of Dr. Heavenly, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna take it back. I don't
Okay,
know
okay.
if it's gonna go how she wanted to go. Cause the word on the street is like you said, he can't leave and stuff like that. And the wedding is coming up in like 2 weeks.
Hmm.
We gonna pray about it.
Listen, she needs a little bit more than prayer because you getting scammed all these times and you still falling for it. Like, what is going on? But anyway,
Allegedly, right? That's another
right.
thing.
So, okay, so then the girls go to Mexico. They always go to Mexico, which I don't have a problem. Like,
I
Mexico is
love
beautiful.
Mexico. Oh, I want to go
Yes, you
back.
just went to Mexico recently,
Yeah,
right? I'm
yeah.
going to go.
Love.
I'm going not next week, but the week after that on September 16th because I'm going because it's
Ooh,
over
2 days
there.
after her wedding.
Whose wedding?
Apparently, Jen's wedding is supposed to be September 14th. That's what I've been hearing on YouTube.
Oh,
But I don't know if
interesting.
it's 100% true, but everybody's been saying September 14th.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to Mexico because it's Independence Day, and over there it's like this
Ooh.
big thing and big celebration. So I'm going to go to Mexico City. I'm so excited. I'm going to go for about I think 4 or 5 days. But
I'm excited for you.
yeah, I'm so happy to just go away. But anyway, so
Yeah.
they go to Mexico, beautiful place. They get the mariachi there, and then once they get to the hotel, Jackie gets there talking about Evelyn. You didn't think I miss, and they're hugging, and Evelyn's getting tequila shots for her, and Brooke and Brandy and Jennifer are pissed.
I
Now,
don't know
Evan,
why Jen is pissed
yeah,
because
Jen. Oh my God, Jen.
Jackie was her only friend like last season.
Yes.
Ugh, the
Hmm.
switch up is crazy.
And you know when what other time Jackie was Jennifer's only friend when all the other ones were going around talking about Jennifer called Evelyn's daughter a hoe and all of that. Jackie was her only friend.
Yes.
So ungrateful, so ungrateful. But what I was gonna tell you was this though. So I think one of the best, not that sounds wrong, but one of the most exciting things to see on reality TV is when friends fall out, right? Like Candy and Phaedra, or um, we're gonna see next week Cheyenne and and Lesa. Wouldn't it be something if we saw Evelyn and Brooke have a fallout?
It would be something.
Could you
But I
imagine?
don't know if they will. But you know what? I could see them because the way, if I was Brooke, the way Evelyn just loves Jackie all of a sudden, that would have pissed me off. So I could see them having a beef over that. But I feel
Right,
like they're kind of real friends, so I don't know if they'll actually ever fight. But I think Brooke is salty about that, and she has a right to be because it's like me telling you, "Hey, I don't like this person." That. And the next day, I'm like, "Here she goes. She's going on a trip with us." You would feel some type of way. Anybody would. So I can
correct.
see Brooke having a big problem about that. I can see
Yeah.
that.
Okay,
And we
so
love to see it. We love to see the
it
tea.
would be something because Brooke want to fight anybody and anything, anytime, and
Yes. Not
Evelyn.
very demure. Very
Right.
aggressive.
Evelyn can hold her own too, so we'll see what happens with that. But anyway, Jackie brought her friend Cheyenne Bryant. Now, can we please talk about Cheyenne having her face on that luggage?
Hashtag promo.
That is funny. That is, but you know what? It makes it easier to find your luggage in the airport.
Right. But your faces, I feel like it was a bit much. Not very mindful, not very demure.
You guys, she had her entire face and name and last name, Cheyenne Bryant. That was hilarious.
Very
So
tacky.
it was giving tacky. It really was. It was giving like she got it at some cheap website that like prints on, I don't know. But anyway. So anyway, they get to the master. It was like a interesting hotel. It was like there was a room or like an area that in itself had like four major rooms. So it was kind of like a mini villa inside the hotel. And Jennifer chose the four rooms for her, Evelyn, Brooke, and Giselle.
And Giselle.
And then the other one's got like just regular rooms and whatever. So Jackie leaves with Cheyenne, and the girls are still jumping down Evelyn's throat about her bringing Jackie. Now, if I were them, I would be thanking her for saving our jobs.
Keeping a check in my pocket.
Right.
Definitely.
So, but anyway, they continue to fight. But at this point, the fight is primarily between between Evelyn and Brandy, and eventually, Evelyn says, "Well, you forgave your cheating ass husband. Why can't you forgive Jackie?" And Brandy gets mad. This ain't got nothing to do with my husband. Um, and then she leaves to go talk to him, and she's like, "He's calling." And Evelyn says, "I'm glad he's calling you, not somebody else." That was funny. That was funny.
That was low. That was low.
That was low. But you know what's funny, Shan? A few episodes ago, when Brandy and Evelyn had that little girl moment, Brandy told her, I hate when people throw
Yes.
what my husband did to my face. And here's Evelyn doing it. What the hell?
That's why I feel like it was low because I feel like if they didn't have the conversation before, I would have been all for it. Like, drag her. She talked too much. She's hating on Brooke. Relationship ending. Blah blah. You know, I would be here for it. But because it was like a few days ago, she just told you like it's a touchy subject for me. I hate when people throw it up in my face. Yada yada yada. So for you to do that, it's like that's why I'm always looking at Evelyn sideways because she knew that would hurt her. Now, others might argue and say, if we arguing. It's like there's nothing off the table. So
Hmm.
I can see that too, but I feel like she shouldn't have said that because we're not even talking about her relationship right now. We're talking about something totally different.
Yeah. Like it didn't have anything to do with it, but
Right.
yo, I
But if
still.
you're going to stay with him, you're going to have to stick beside him, right, wrong, or indifferent in all the
Man,
comments that you're going to get. Because that's
man.
what you choose to deal with if you stay with somebody in your situation.
How many times did
Allegedly.
he cheat on her again? Was it like 500 or something?
Oh my God. I don't
I'm
know.
sorry, Brandy, but if you stay with a man that cheated 500 with 500 different women,
Allegedly.
you got no love for yourself. Oh, and by the way, not this episode, but the one before, can you believe Brandy said to Brooke, "You should have stayed with him because he didn't cheat after that first time. He didn't do it again."
I was looking at Brandy like, this is why I don't really mess with you. Because anybody who tells you, oh, he's cheating, but stay with him, don't love you. They're not a good friend to you. It's like telling
Mm-mm.
somebody, oh, you're unhappy, but just stay in it. Like,
Right. Like, oh, they're
I'm
beating you
glad
up.
Brooke said
Just
what
stay
she
in
said.
it.
Right. Because there's different types of women. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not putting up with that.
That's some crazy stuff. So okay,
Crazy.
let's wrap up basketball wise real quick. The big shocker was that Jennifer invited. There was going to be a surprise guest. Who did you think it was going to be, by the way? Because I thought it was going to be
Somebody
Royce Reed.
important.
I thought it was going to be Royce Reed, or maybe
Somebody we wanted
ooh,
to see.
Malaysia, maybe, or who else could have been a good invite?
I don't know. But I was not
Mm,
expecting her.
Duffy, maybe. Somebody. You guys, we got Laura Govan. My first reaction was, "Who the hell is this?" Because Shan.
Right, that was my reaction too.
Okay, I didn't watch this show, Basketball Wives, until they crossed. Remember when they crossed over with Miami and LA,
Yeah.
and then they brought Tammy and Shawnee and
Yeah, I think
Evelyn and
that's
all
when I
that.
started watching
That's
too.
when I started watching. So I didn't know who this was. Now hold on, let me show y'all this. This is
The
Laura.
outfit was horrible.
This is Laura Gavan. She was on season 1 and 2 of Basketball Wives LA, and I asked people what they thought about her, and they said she was really good on the show. That she had a sister, and that she got into a big fight with Malaysia. And I did look that up. Um, she's pretty, although she looks. Is it just me or does she look lighter on the show?
I don't know, but her outfit was horrible on the show.
Hmm. Oh look, this is her. I get this is. I guess this is when she was on the show. Okay,
Yeah.
these
She
outfits
had a
are.
sister on the show too.
Yes, I'm guessing this is her.
Yeah, that's her sister.
Okay.
I feel like I
Well,
like her sister better. I don't remember. Because I would see clips.
mhm.
But she brought
So
nothing. And I don't feel like there's going to be anything that's giving.
as soon as she got in there, Jackie says, "Laura Govan, we got some unfinished business."
Let's start it right
So
now.
let's start it right now. So I'm guessing from the like from what they showed, it looks like Laura reached out to have Jackie's daughter on camera to
Yeah,
talk
she had
about
a sit
Jackie.
down with Jackie's daughter.
Okay, so that's probably what they mean. I don't think, but Laura, I don't think it's gonna be a big fight though, or anything like that.
Yeah, because she was like, "Oh, I shouldn't have done that." Like
Right?
she
She's
was
probably gonna apologize.
apologetic in the conflict in the.
Yeah,
Oh,
she looked
yeah,
nice though. She looked nice. Nothing against her. We were just expecting someone more exciting
someone
that
more
we
important.
yeah, but it'll be interesting. Now, I will say this though, Shan. If you look at the trailer, not of the next week, but the whole season, there's gonna be a huge fight in this strip with Brandy, and I think it's gonna be Brooke or Evelyn. Like it's gonna get physical.
Ooh.
So that's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. So
Giving very much Zeus Network.
Sue's, oh my gosh, Sue's, yes. Should we cover Sue's? Let us know in the comments. Okay,
Yeah.
so that was it for Basketball Wives. Can't wait for next week. Now let's go ahead and talk about Dubai. Okay, so this episode pissed me off. So Lisa Milan has a business called Mina Row, which is like maternity clothes that's supposed to be fashionable. Amazing. She's now expanding into skincare for pregnant women. I'm not sure exactly, but anyway, she's launching all these products and she rented out a salon in Dubai. Now, here's the thing, she plastered her logo all across the salon, making it look like it was hers. Brooks gets mad about this because she has a salon and this causes drama. So, here's the conversation. Does Brooks have a right to be mad that she didn't use her salon? Was Lisa doing the most? What do you think?
No, Brooks don't have a right to be mad. It was giving very much hater. That's what it was giving. At first, I thought that was Mina. I thought that was what's her name? Salon. What's her name? Lisa. I thought that was Lisa Salon when they were walking in, showing the thing and everything. I loved the logo. I thought it looked beautiful. But Brooks don't have a right to be mad because are they even friends like that? And allegedly, Lisa said that Brooks don't even use her own services. So if you're not using your own services, why am I bringing my business to your place? It's like me having
Honestly,
a brand of weave and it's like I'm not wearing my own weave. Why would you want to wear my weave? You're like, girl, you don't wear your own weave.
you're so right about that. Yeah, I mean, I saw, I could understand Brooks, but it's not like Lisa owes her that. But it did look like the salon was hers. She
Yeah.
just plastered her logo all over it. But here's the thing, Shan. So Caroline Brooks is a mess. So everybody saw in the episode that she was mad about this. And she got into a fight with it, and she was going all over the place talking about it. Now I want to show you guys something because she has been on Twitter losing her mind. She is now, Shan, trying to say that this was all Talene's fault and that she was the real instigator and all of this stuff. So let's take a look at this because this is unbelievable. Okay, so Caroline goes on Twitter and says, "Look at this receipts." In the first slide, it shows the image that Caroline Stanberry sent me of the setup of Lisa's event. Then she called me. As mentioned before, Stanberry was the one who had the issue with it first. Said he had a lot to say too. I'm in green text, Talene is the white. Okay, so Brooke sends this to Talene. Talene says, I know I saw this. Brooke says, unacceptable. Caroline sent this to me. Talene says, agreed. Colleen says, it looks like her spa. Brooks says, she said they have to clean this up. It's absolutely not okay. Sergio saw this yesterday. He told me and was like, WTF. Now everyone understands. Talene says, no, it's not. Rolf agrees as well. But I don't think it was Lisa's intent. In all cases, network should have been aware and not okayed it. Brooks says, correct, but it happened and someone allowed it. Now it has to be fixed because it's not acceptable and it shouldn't have even taken place. It's not cool. Branding a spa with sticker decals and signage, doing messages on the show. This is my entire business model. Talene says, I know Lisa needs to get off her high horse. It's exhausting. And then, oh my gosh, Brooks continues to go, I'm upset, Tal. It's not cool. I'm not going to read all this, but look, it made me uncomfortable and extremely sad. Okay,
Boo hoo
how the
hoo. Cry me a river, Brooks.
hell you gonna put receipts and you're the one that ends up looking bad?
That part. That's why I'm like, cry me a river, because I'm reading it and I'm like, how is this Talene's fault? It sounds like
Right.
Talene was just agreeing with what she was saying. You know what
And then
though?
look at
Mm-hmm.
this, Shan. She keeps on going tweet after tweet after tweet after tweet. And then Talene says, now this is comedy. What are you trying to prove here? I was trying to diffuse it while still trying to calm you down. You were going nuts. Do you want me to share the messages you've sent me about Lisa? Should we go there? Oh. And then look at what Caroline Stanberry says to her. She said, actually, you called us going nuts and asked us to send a photo, which I did. Mm, mm. What do you think about this?
Very unstable.
Isn't it given unstable? Isn't it given unhinged?
This is what I wish for Brooks. I wish she would put the amount of time she put into managing Lisa's business and other people's business on the show. I wish she would promote her business. If I had a business and I was on one of these shows, every scene I would talk about my business, mention it. Y'all would be sick of me. I feel like Lisa is promoting her business, and there's nothing wrong with that. I wish Brooks would do the same instead of giving Lisa all this energy,
Mm-hmm.
because it doesn't look good. It looks like she's just being a hater. That's what it was giving.
Brooks is the biggest hater, but my thing is, okay, I understand you and Talene had a falling out. Y'all made up on the show, but apparently now y'all have fallen out again. But how you gonna try to blame her for this one, babe? It was clear that you were the one that was upset. You can't blame someone else. What Brooks is trying to say is that Stanberry was the one that put it into her head and she put a battery. But Brooks' own receipts prove that she was upset. So you can't blame you being upset on anybody else. You were upset that it wasn't at your salon, and that's fine, but don't try to backtrack now and put it all on Talene. Now let's talk about Talene. Why does Lisa always get so triggered to the max with Talene? Shan, have you noticed that every time they have a little
Yes.
disagreement, Lisa goes to 100 talking about, bitch, you ain't got a business, bitch.
Yes.
And Shan, she did it in front of the husbands. That
Yes.
was
Let's talk
tacky.
about the husbands. Talim
Let's talk
husband was quiet when Lisa husband was there. Mm. You know how he was getting crazy with Brooks?
Uh-huh.
He can do
Uh-huh.
that because Lisa's man was right there. But this is what I think. I think in Lisa's mind, this is just my opinion. I feel like she could see Talene as being the only threat to her. Because I feel like Talene is up
Mm.
there with being the best dressed, best looking one on the show. To me, Talene and
And young.
Lesa, they're the best dressed. I like them the most. And I feel like Lesa probably sees her as like the only competition. So she's like, I'm going to go hard because none of these other girls are competitions for me. That's just what I think, allegedly, in my opinion. So that's why I feel like she gets so angry with Talene because you're right. I feel like everyone else she could have drama with and she'll be calm, whatever. But if Talene says something, it's B, da 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 da. She called her ghetto. I was laughing so hard.
You calling
She did
someone
too much.
ghetto and you being the ghetto one at the table, like that it was so
Ooh.
ghetto, bro. But that golf resort, didn't that look amazing though? I want to go there so bad. That looked beautiful.
Yes, we need to start to go golfing, honey.
Yes, and go to Dubai and go to all these places. Yeah, so I don't know. I thought it was really like I was like, bro, Lisa, why are you so mad at Talina? And she did the thing about Talina, she didn't even insult you or anything that bad, but you're the one that takes it up a notch all the time, and it's like, damn, lady, calm
Lisa
down.
did too much. She did
But
too much.
doing too much, and also Shane, did you notice how it's kind of setting up the scene for next week, which is the finale where Lisa and Ayan are gonna fall out. Maybe I'm reaching.
Again?
Oh yeah, next week is gonna be the big one where where Ayan says our friendship is over, whatever. Like we're never gonna be friends again. Um, did you notice how Lisa was kind of the most far away from everyone at the table? Maybe I'm reaching. Maybe that's not like it doesn't mean anything, but I could tell from the way they were all sitting that Lisa is being kind of iced out. I don't know. Maybe I'm reaching, but I
I
don't
feel
know.
like they all feel threatened by Lisa too. Because she's well dressed, very beautiful. They're
Yeah.
all beautiful, but there's something I feel like they don't really like Lisa like that. And I don't know what it is. What do you think?
You're asking the wrong person because I don't like Lisa. I don't like. I'm sorry, guys. I never liked her season one. I never liked her season two. She goes out to people's businesses. But when someone says the slightest thing about her, she gets all angry and upset. So I don't like Lisa. And I actually think she's the one that's jealous of Stanberry and Talene. So I think she's very insecure. I think that's what it is. Because did you see how she told Cheyenne? I'm jealous if you are friends with her. So,
Yeah, but I use Lisa was my favorite season one.
mhm.
I love her fashion. Like if a girl gives me fashion, I just automatically like them. But this season, I'm looking at her a little bit different. I'm seeing her the way you see her. It's like she's like a little bit doing too much, you know?
Yeah,
So I can see that.
yeah. So,
But you
what,
know what's funny? I'm a part of the 1%, but I love Stanberry. What's her name? Is it
Caroline
Stanberry?
Stanbury?
I think she's funny.
Me
Like
too.
I love how honest she is about, how like her kids has nanny and stuff and she's not sure if she want a kid and whatnot. And Sergio, he's a mess.
Yeah,
He's a mess. He's annoying as hell to me.
yeah.
But I like her on the show. I don't know why everybody hates her. Like I feel like Stanberry, she's funny.
She is funny. I even said to someone, she kind of reminds me a little of Lisa Vanderpump, like something about rich, British, and funny. I like her. I think she's needed on the show, and her dynamic with Sergio is hilarious. So yeah, I definitely do like Stanberry. Oh my gosh, let me tell you something else. There was some drama. So Saba, remember her? She went on an interview
Oh
a few
yeah.
days ago and she exposed Sarah. She said everything happened a few months ago when Saba got engaged or got married or something like that. She says that she started to see that Sarah was very jealous and she started to get very aggressive towards Saba and she would say really rude comments and give unsolicited advice. And she was just very rude. So Saba was like, chill out. And apparently Saba says that Sarah started sending her the most vicious voice notes, and Saba said, if I were to show these voice notes, you all would see the real Sarah and y'all would be very surprised.
I knew she wasn't that zen. I'm stress free. I go away to be stressed. Less stress. No stress.
Yes. So a few things. I thought it was really interesting that Saba said it started when I got engaged. So number one, that tells you that there's some jealousy going on there. Number two, you're right. Sarah looked. You know what Sarah reminds me of? Somebody who says, "I'm gonna go pray for you," but then they go put a hex on you.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, allegedly, allegedly. We're not talking about Wendy's mom here. We're talking about Sarah.
Ah!
Oh, no, I'm
Oh
just
no,
kidding.
he didn't.
No, but Sarah gives me like she'll stab you in the back and like, but like she'll be nice. Like I don't trust Sarah. Oh, and you know what else Saba said? She because they were gonna do a business together, but they never ended up doing it. Saba said that around Dubai, Sarah, her name is Sarah Al Madani. She says that they call her Sarah Al Fraud Dani.
I'm dead.
She's a fraud apparently too. Ooh, you
The
guys.
tea is piping hot.
It is.
But you know, it's hard for me to believe that about Sarah.
Mhm.
It's a little hard for me to believe it because you know how on the show she's all about every other word is, oh, it helps me relieve stress, it helps me be calm, I'm so zen, I go there to relax. It's always like about being zen, being calm, being stress free. So it's
Mhm.
so hard for me to believe her getting upset and like sending a crazy voice note. It's hard for me to believe.
Ooh, what is
I'm
going on
not
with
saying
these voice
Saba
notes?
is lying, but the way Sarah portrays herself on the show, it's like she's the last person I could see, like, doing that.
Yeah. Ooh. Well, I wonder if next season, if they have a next season, maybe they
The
can bring
real her.
Saba on, and that would be a whole drama. So that'll be interesting. So yeah, Dubai's pretty good. Um. Um. And yeah, next week's the finale.
Yeah. It's been good this season.
You want to know what I thought was super cool? Remember when Ayan went to go see this other lady at her office who also has a makeup brand,
Yes, Huda
and
Beauty. I use her stuff. She has wonderful makeup.
oh,
Her makeup is at Sephora.
so
She's
she's really
legendary,
popular.
honey. Yeah, Huda Beauty. She has foundation powder, lipstick, and then her sister started a perfume brand. Her sister is Mona Katan. They're
Wow,
big. They're in Sephora and everything. They have good products.
I
So
didn't
you went to
realize
the
that.
right person. Yeah, her brand is Huda Beauty. It's like Huda Beauty. I've tried out some of her products. Her products are good. Sponsor us, Huda. Thank you.
Yes, but I'll tell you what though, I thought it was so dope that Huda, even though she has a makeup brand, and even though Cheyenne is going to make one as well, you would think that she would like not want to share her secrets or anything, but she was actually like giving her advice, and for her to be like, "Are you at Sephora? Like, I can make a call and get you there." That is women supporting women. This ain't about, oh, you didn't use my salon and nah, 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 nah. No, this is real. Like, I have a makeup brand, you do too, but I'm not gonna try and knock you down. I'm gonna help you. I thought that was dope.
Yes. You know who she reminds me of? She reminds me of you,
Cool.
Manny. Because I told you I knew nothing about this YouTube world. And you were like, let me show you. Here's how you do this. Like, very supportive, very demure, very mindful, very educational.
Oh, thank
So
you.
that was
Yeah,
nice of her. I agree.
yeah, because this is how I think about it. Even like when it comes to like other stuff, like I have a lot of younger friends or younger members of my family that are going to like college and stuff, and I'm like trying to help them know how to apply or know how to do this to get scholarships, or whether it comes to that or YouTube or whatever. I always want to help people because I never really had help. No one ever told me what to do. So if I would have had someone telling me, I would have really appreciated that. So that's why anyone that wants to know, I will let you know. I'll literally tell you how to edit. Um, the downside is people that take you for granted and then take everything that you taught them and then dump you like you're
Ooh.
whatever. But let's not talk about that. Let's
He's a
go
very
ahead.
good man, Savannah.
Okay, so moving on, Love Marriage Huntsville. The show's back on. Um, there isn't too much to say. I mainly want to talk about Melody's girl trip.
Yes. They went on a girl trip. Melody brought her two single friends. She invited the other ladies, including Sunny. Sunny came wearing these tacky green leggings that I did not like. They went to the airport. They arrived. They went to see the rooms, and that's where the trouble began.
Mm-hmm.
It was giving ungrateful. Imagine I invite you on a trip to a nice hotel that you don't got to pay for, and you're like, oh, I'm mad I'm staying with my friend. Oh, why I got to be two in a room? Oh, my room is so small. The most ungrateful one was Nell. Oh, my
Oh
name
my
card.
god.
How dare you not put my name on it? Girl, don't you know your own name? We all know your name already. Do you need a name card that bad? I would have took me a flashcard and write down her name on it. Nell, here you go. She was
Nell,
overreacting.
yo, Nell was doing the most, and I was like, Nell, are you high? Are you on drugs? What are you on? Because
Allegedly.
oh yeah, it's just a question because I guarantee you, Shan, that if she hadn't even if she would have had her name, she probably would have thrown that little piece of paper in the trash eventually before the trip ended. Why are you screaming about a piece of paper when you have an entire room? That is
If
crazy.
I was Nell, if I was Mel, I would have been like, guards, guards.
Kenya Moore style security,
Yes.
security.
Yes.
Like what the hell, Miss Net? And bro, oh my god, I don't want to sound rude, but the way she screams, it makes my ears hurt. Can you
Over
imagine?
a name card. Like, I understand if she didn't get to a room, she got to a bunk bed, your room was outside on the balcony, but a name card? That was so much, very much ungrateful. And shout out to Mel for being so patient with her, because I would have
Mhm.
not been like, Miss Nell, you know I love you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I'd have been like, B guards.
And the funny thing is, Miss Nell is the oldest one out of the whole group, and she was acting like a 4-year-old.
Yes, and then when Mel was like, oh, because you're an older woman, she was like, I'm tired of this shit.
I don't do the
But
shade.
she
Oh my
looks
god.
good at her grown age. She looks good. So I don't know why she's so mad. Like, getting older is a blessing.
Yes. Okay. So then, Kimmy, Melody ended up putting Kimmy, Tisha, and Destiny, the plus one, all in the same room. It was a room with 3 beds
Three
basically.
bets, yes.
And Kimmy was very upset about this, and so was Tisha. And they thought it was like the Melody was like, doing this on purpose. Because she doesn't like them, and it looked like they were about to cry. That's how much they were affected by this room situation. Now, I see both sides, Shan. I see the side where like, calm down, it's just a room. But I also see the side where, if you think about it, the main cast is Kimmy, Tisha, and Melody. Those are the 3 main girls of the cast. So I could see why they would be a little upset. Um, but then when Miss Nell went out there and made the situation worse and saying like, "Suck it up," like, oh my gosh,
Kimmy was like, you can't tell me to say it.
Kimmy
I've
was
never
getting
seen Kimmy that mad.
yes. She was
But
like,
I don't see
"You're not."
both sides.
Mm.
You know what? I don't see why Tisha, Kimmy, why they were so upset. Because guess what? It's probably a free vacation. You
Yeah,
get to get a nice resort. The rooms were clean. You had a
yeah,
bed. Maybe I'm just humble. I didn't see the big deal. And I would love to say, like, if I had an option between staying with strangers or my friends, wouldn't they rather be with each other? Like, oh, me and Kimmy is cool. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like
yeah.
they were all very much ungrateful.
Also, Shan, I gotta admit something. So when the show, this might be an unpopular opinion. When the show started, I didn't really like Sunny because I was like, "Why are you here? Like, it's kind of irrelevant." I'm kind of starting to like her a little bit, and I felt a little bad when she felt a little like, isolated when they were at the airport. I felt bad. And I actually ended up texting her on Instagram and she actually responded. So she
Oh,
responds to Instagram messages. I don't know. I kind of feel bad
you
for
should
her.
interview her.
Honestly, yeah, we should. Like,
Should.
I don't know. I kind of feel a little bad. At the end of the day, who cares? I don't know.
She does seem like a nice person. Like she was telling them
Yeah.
about her infertility. Like she's not doing too much for the TV. Like I'm starting to like her too, honestly. But they were definitely overreacting very
Yeah,
much.
for sure. And I thought it. Okay, I want to ask you something else before we move on. What do you think of Melody saying to her, "F the girl code," because they ain't got no girl code with me. They all still buddy buddy with Martell.
Agreed. Listen,
Okay,
I'm
a
gonna tell
lot
you
of
this
people.
right
Yeah.
now, Manny. If me and my man broke up, you on my side and my
Oh,
side only, forever and always. And
yeah.
that's how I look at it. I'm immature. I'm this. I don't care. If y'all become friends, you knew me first. So
Well,
I agree with Melody.
you know who you should say that to? Candy Burris.
Ooh,
Because how dare you besties with Phaedra and then she gets divorced and now you and your husband take Apollo's side and
yes.
Shan, could you imagine, God forbid, that you and I
Yes.
are friends, right? And you get married, you have
Right.
kids, but you end up getting divorced, your husband's going to jail. You find out that I take his side. I I'm
I will
keeping
tear your ass up.
I'm keeping his stuff in my garage and I'm inviting his new girlfriend places? Uh-uh.
No, ma'am. See, I have real
Mm-mm.
friends, so I know you wouldn't do that to me.
Yeah,
The
never.
others can't relate to having real friends.
Yeah, so I think we all agree with Melody. She's right. We ain't gonna be talking about no girl code because you can't use the girl code when you want, not when you don't.
Right.
So, but what do you think about Tisha inviting Destiny?
I thought it was fine. I
I thought it was
expected her to,
fine,
but
yeah.
I don't know when they became such besties.
That's true,
And I
yeah.
feel like this season they're all like Destiny, Destiny, Destiny. I don't feel like the girl Trisha who was like she's not gonna be cordial to Sunny.
Yeah,
I
she
was
was doing
like,
the
girl, you
most.
don't have a go here. They just met you. Like
Her,
this
you don't even
whole
go here, and you
right,
can go take care of your situation when your husband thinks that y'all are still together or
right,
something like that.
right. So I feel like she should have just shut up at the table. I feel like she don't have no real beef to like not like Sunny. Does she even know Destiny? Like she's the new girl. She just needs to sit and eat her food. So I was surprised when she said that. Like, oh, I
She's a
can't
new
be
girl,
cordial
and
with
she needs
her.
to be grateful she's on the show because she ain't that
And
interesting.
that wig. Oh my god. Fix it, Jesus.
I'll fix it, Jesus. Yeah. So, Love Mary. Oh, last thing before we move on from Love Mary
The
Story, what did
way
you think
Mel's friend.
of Mel's friend? Yup, that's what I was gonna say.
I thought it was hilarious. When I was watching it, I was like, it's so funny. Like, that's crazy. How she's just saying everything in front of her face. She was like, oh, watch her. She
Watch
said,
her.
right,
Yes.
right. And then Tisha heard, like, one thing I respect about Mel's friend is that she wasn't talking behind Tisha back. She was letting Tisha know everything right there. So I can respect that. I like people like that. Say it to my face. But then I was reading on social media, a lot of people were saying, "Oh, Mel must have told her to go after her. Like Mel must have gave her backstory, da 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 da."
Mm-hmm.
But I don't feel like that's crazy. If you're going on a trip with somebody, let's say I invite you on a trip and I invite some of my other friends, I'm gonna tell you like what's going on so you're not blindsided.
Right.
So I don't really see nothing wrong with if Mel told her like, "Hey, this is what's going on with the group." You know what I mean?
But you know what, Shan? Tisha kind of started that whole thing because she was like, "Man, so why you gotta say you're single friends? Are us married girls not as
Yeah.
fun as single friends?" Like Tisha, I love Tisha, but sometimes she can calm
I
down.
don't.
I know you don't. I do. I do. I always love the underdog. That's what I want people to know. I always love the underdog. Shannon will tell you we disagree. I like NECA. I
Yes.
liked, the people who are like the
The
underdog.
low budgets.
No, no, not the low budget, but
I'm just
yes,
kidding.
yes. So yeah, I felt a little bad for Tisha, but we gotta,
She
like you
did
said,
start it, like you said.
she did start it. And again, we
Single
got to
friend.
respect that that girl, Shanita, is Melody's friend. And at the end of the day, your friends are supposed to be on, fight for you. So
Right.
As far as
I
friend,
thought she was good on the show. Shanita, I liked her on the show. Not even just for the Tisha thing. I see she was saying a lot of stuff that made sense. Like she was like, basically, you got to be careful with people who say like, I could hang out with somebody I don't like. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
When Tisha was saying that, I understand what Tisha was saying. She was like, we're all adults, da 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 da. But it's like, how would you know if she's your real friend if she's saying, "Oh, I could hang out with you if I don't like you"? You know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah,
you do have to watch her because you don't know.
yeah, and you know what? This is a small world. So Shanita, okay, so back in the day, Shawnee, remember her, Shawnee O'Neal? She tried to expand the Basketball Wives franchise, and she tried to do a show called Football Wives. And Shanita was on that show. I didn't know this, because she was married to a football player, I guess. But a lot of people say that she was very like over the top, which I can tell. I can tell she was doing a little bit too much, but you know, defending your
I
friend is
have
good.
never heard of that show in my whole life.
Really? Okay, hold on. Let's look this up because, and I think it was like All right, hold on. Let's look this up. You've never heard of it because it was canceled after one season. Oh no, actually, it had two No, yeah, one season. It had one season
What
and eight
channel?
episodes.
VH1?
Yup, VH1 in 2010.
Oh, I was a
Okay.
teeny toddler. Just
I
kidding.
was a little
I was not a teeny toddler.
7-year-old. Well, I don't see Shanita here. Hold on. Oh, here she is.
Wow.
Yeah, football
Whoa.
wives. Shanita Foster. Hmm.
Hmm. I'm gonna mute
Interesting.
myself.
Okay. All right. So
We'll talk about that later.
yeah, we'll talk about that later because we've been trying to get canceled on the first show. I can't. I can't. Okay. Last but not least, you guys, OC. OC is compared to these other shows, it's kind of like not
It's
as
easy.
exciting. Um, I told Shan, please watch this show, and she did, which I love. And it's good, isn't it?
Yes, because the first episode I was falling asleep. I stopped watching it halfway. And then my good friend Manny was like, give it a chance. One night I was bored and it got better. It got
Mhm.
real better.
So this episode was very special to me, and I'm gonna tell you guys why. It was like a full circle moment because not only did I tell Shan to please watch this show,
Traders.
I
I
also told her
know.
to please watch Traders. Now, Traders season 2 was the best season of all time because we had the one and only Fader Parks, who she was like the breakout star of that show. And we also had my favorite Sheree and Tamra, MJ, Sandra. All Shan, I love that season. I love. Oh, by the way, did you know Cheyenne Ayan is gonna be Chanel Ayan is gonna be in the new season of the Traders?
How? She's going to wear ball gowns to every challenge.
But I'm looking forward to the round tables though. Oh, and you know who else is gonna be on it? Dorinda from New York.
Who's that?
Dorinda Medley.
Oh, I never watched New York before.
Oh my god, I love Dorinda. I love her. Did you watch the Ultimate Girls Trip season 2?
No.
Oh, you need to watch that. You need to watch that for sure. Okay, so anyway, this episode was super cool because Tamara, who was also on that season of The Traders, but she didn't really last that long. She only made it a few episodes. So she hosted a Traders game at some
Housewives
mansion.
and Vicky.
And oh, I know you don't like her, but I love Vicky. Vicky Gumbelson is my girl because none of these housewives would be here if it wasn't for her.
And ooh,
And she's very successful. And you know what she does? Insurance. And she
yeah,
still does that to this day. So I think that's really
yeah,
cool.
yeah. That's
So
true.
anyway,
I,
Tamara did this traders and Teddy was there. Teddy Mellencamp, who is very annoying. She was on the Real House of Beverly Hills and Garcelle dragged her. She called her a gnat. Anyway, and she was shading Vicky like right away. So yeah, like I said, the episode was cool. It was based on the traders. They did the game, which the game was a little confusing at times, like the questionnaire and then the thing. I was like, what is going on here? But who won again? Oh, Heather won
Oh,
because
Heather was the trader.
she was the
Yeah.
trader. No one knew. Um, what I want to talk about though is what did you think of Emily apologizing to Jen? Because I thought Emily was super rude to Jen, but it actually really touched my heart to hear Emily not just apologize, but explain where that was coming from and say that wasn't okay. And she even said, I hope you can forgive me. So, what do you think about that whole thing with Emily and Jen?
It did not touch my heart. But I felt
Really?
it was genuine though. I like how
Okay.
she apologized. She didn't say, I'm sorry if I made you feel this way. I'm sorry. She was really like thorough, detailed, explaining why. So I agree with you. I feel like it was a genuine apology. And we don't see a lot of those on TV. It's kind of like, I'm sorry, move on, B. You know what I mean? So I feel
Mm-hmm.
like it was real genuine. But Emily, I feel like she went really hard on Jen, and Jen is like my favorite. I feel like Jen is a genuinely good person. I just could tell from watching her. Like she's not doing too much. She's just being herself. She's very nice. She's sticking up for Shannon a little bit here and there. Like she seems like she has a good heart. But I'm glad that Emily apologized because she was
Yeah.
just doing too much. But I could
Yeah.
see Emily feeling like, I had to work for everything I have, but then you have this other girl who don't have to work for anything and been living luxury. So I was thinking, was she acting like that because she was jealous? Like I have to go to work 9 to 5 all my life, and you just get things. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Like the easy way out.
Right. And she said something about her entire life. Like I guess her relationship with her mom wasn't the best because she said even my mom never took accountability for not giving us what she was supposed to. So yeah,
Yeah.
it was a little sad to me, but you're right about Jen. She's a great addition. And it's crazy because this is her second season. So the fact that she's this good, it's like, you know,
Yeah.
barely 2 seasons. And from that mid-season trailer, it looks like a lot of the rest of the season is going to have a lot to do with her and her boyfriend.
Yeah. I cannot
So I
wait.
can't
But
wait
of
for that.
course, evil Tamra is
Oh
like,
my god, yeah.
oh, ask about the FBI.
She's
I
so
wish Jen would really cuss them out. Like that's my hope for Jen, that she gets some like I love how she's so nice, but sometimes you need to let these girls know. Don't mess
yes.
with me.
But she's such a sweetheart though. I don't know if she has it in her, but Tamra is another level of vile. Like she is like an evil spirit. I don't know. But let's talk about Katie. What do you think of her story with her ex-husband and all of that and her kids?
Um
I'm
what do you
really
think?
curious. I want to know, why does the
It
birth
was
father have the full custody of the son? I want to know that.
that was my same question. It was a cute story, Her daughter wanted to change her name, I guess, to her current husband name. I felt that was nice because I guess it's her stepfather, but he's like more of a real father, biological
Hmm.
father. So I thought that was a nice scene with her and her daughter. And her daughter was like tearing up a little bit. I like that moment. But do you like Katie on the show? I liked her initially, but now I'm just kind of like
I
moving
actually
on.
do. I do because like I
I
said
liked her
before,
initially, but then I feel like as the episodes go on, I'm like, huh.
I like that she's kind of classy. Um, I don't know. Like I said to you before, I have like different expectations for OC. So I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, you have a higher standard. I should be like that for OC.
Yeah, just for OC though, just for OC. And you know what? Even though I can't stand her, it was a little nice to see Tamara take her daughter out for a driving lesson.
Mm-hmm.
It humanized her just a little bit. You know how people say that Giselle, the only good thing about her was when she had scenes with her daughters?
Yeah.
I think that's with Tamara. Just a little bit, just it makes you feel just a little bit good, but eh,
Yeah, I feel bad for Shannon. I
it's
just
hard.
feel like everything's coming for Shannon left and right. She made a mistake. She's trying to own up to it. She get in the car with a breathalyzer. I feel like Tamra just goes out of her way. The thing is, I don't think Shannon should forgive. She should forgive, but I don't think she should be so buddy buddy with Tamra so quick. because Tamra really kicked her when she was down.
Yeah.
So I hope Shannon is keeping both eyes on Tamra because I don't know if Tamra is the friend that she needs.
Right. Gina has been a better friend than freaking Shan.
Yes.
Like she's been more supportive and like that's crazy.
They had
But I feel
beef
bad for Shan.
before.
Yo, these videos that they keep talking about,
It's
these
too much. They have to be careful because there's only so much a person can take. Like imagine being on national TV, having people comment on your life, then getting the DUI, then this, then the X, then the money, then this. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I really feel bad for Shannon.
But
I hope
Shan,
she's going to therapy and like
if I'm listen, if I'm in a happy relationship and we're having
that
the
part.
best time of our lives, why are we thinking about my ex?
That
Like John is thinking about Shannon all the time.
that part. Hit the like for that because that was a word, guys.
Like you're so happy, but you're stuck in the past. Like you should be moving forward, no? Like y'all are,
Who's
y'all go to church and y'all go to the gym and Johnny and like mm.
right? Whose idea was it for them to like be on the cast? Was it Tamara?
Yeah, basically, because remember one of the reasons Shannon got mad because Tamara
Oh,
was liking her Instagram and putting emojis in the comments and all that stuff.
wow.
That's so treacherous. I can't even like
Yeah. But do you
the
see next episode? The trailer, it was like Gina was saying, what did she say to Katie? She was like, "Oh, Katie was
you're
like,
a
you made me feel
liar.
like a liar." She was like, "You are."
She's not a
I was like, "Damn, Gina, isn't this your friend you brought onto the show or whatever?" I
that's
feel like Gina is being a little too hard on Katie.
but we gotta ask why does Gina have such a weird loyalty to Heather Dubrow, Miss Fancy Pants?
Oh, darling, we'll never know.
And then when poor Katie was trying to apologize, no, 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 let's not even go there. Heather, we all know you called the paparazzi because you're not that important to have paparazzi follow you in Disneyland, okay?
Allegedly.
You're not that important. You're a wash. You're a wannabe actress that got a few roles in her life.
Allegedly. She has a nice house, though.
No, she's rich thanks to her
Yeah.
husband, who
Allegedly.
is a plastic surgeon walking around looking like
Yeah,
that
I
to
used to watch.
fix people's
What is
faces,
it?
right?
Botched? Botched, yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like OC got better, and I feel like Jen is going to be in the hot seat in the next couple episodes
Ooh,
based on the
it's gonna be
trailer.
good. It's gonna be good. And yeah, I think
No.
that's pretty much all that happened in OC this week. I'm trying to think.
Yes.
Did
They
anything else
had the
happen?
trader game. I don't know. I didn't like it. I was confused most of the time when they were doing like, okay, write this, do this. But the answers were funny when they were like, who's the most, what is it that Tamara got? Who's the most?
Who's the biggest traitor? It was said who's the
Yes.
biggest
And I
traitor in real
I
life.
was like fitting.
Yeah,
Very
it
fitting.
was fitting. And you know what was so cute when Shannon and Jen teamed up a little bit. You remember when
Yeah.
they had to break into groups? I was like, oh, that's so sweet. You know what I was thinking too, Shan? It would be such a fun idea, like with a big group of friends, like 10 maybe, to have a party where it is traders, but like you have to like actually do it the correct way. That would be a fun party idea for like a group of friends.
Yeah.
What do you think? Like that would be cool. But we gotta
Yeah,
have
that would be cool. But I couldn't plan it
I,
because
I
I'm
can
broke.
plan it, but let's wait till I get my mansion so we have a big place.
Period.
Yeah. And then we can invite a lot of people and then we'll get one trader. That'll be so fun. Okay. All right. So yeah, you guys, I think that's pretty much it for our first show. We talked about Basketball Wives. We talked about Dubai. We talked about Lower Marriage Huntsville, and we talked about Orange County. Um, these are great shows right now. Um, this fall, I'm looking forward to Beverly Hills coming back, Potomac coming back, Married to Medicine, and those are going to be some fun shows to cover. So yeah, you guys, I hope y'all enjoyed our first show. Like I said, we're really good friends and we love talking about this. And we're thinking about doing this show once a week. So just once a week, having the rundown. of all the shows. So let us know what y'all thought about our show. Y'all have any suggestions? Please let us know. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, we'll see y'all next week. Is there anything else you want to say, Shan, before we go?
Thank you for having me. And yes, like and subscribe and tell us what you want to see from us in the future as well.
Yes. All right, you guys. Until the next one, you have a great one. Bye.
Bye.